The first fight was Herbert Burns versus Evan Dunham. And at the beginning of that fight, Herbert got hit with a left hand that knocked him down, but he got up really, really fast. Immediately after he got up to his feet, he took Dunham down and got his back and sunk in a neck crank in like a minute and a half. Like a minute and a half. Like, he got the submission in round 1 and it wasn't even halfway through it. That was insane. And I have a feeling that this kid he's gonna be a really good fighter in the featherweight division, and I think in the near future he could become a title challenger. Who knows? The second fight on the card was Alonzo Minnifield versus Devin Clark. Clark immediately shot for the takedown, but failed. So he held him on the fence for a while until Minnifield reversed the position and had Clark on the fence. He let go and started throwing bombs, one of which rocked Clark and got him a little cut on his left or right eye. After that, Clark shot for another takedown to avoid getting knocked out because he was rocked. But when they released Minnifield, he got off the fence until he had enough and started striking until Clark hit a big shot that stunned Minnifield. And that was the end of the first round. But in the second round, Minnifield was noticeably slower because this was way longer than the fight that he's used to. His average fight time is in round 1, so them being in round 2 is an accomplishment for him because he's not really ever there. So in round 2, they basically just kept trading shots, but it seemed like Minnifield had gotten some more powerful shots, but Clark had more shots. So, Clark is doing a little bit better on the scorecards right now. So, with half of the round over, Minnifield landed a couple more good shots, but when he was done throwing his haymakers, he would just hold Clark on the fence because this is the longest fight of his career, and he's just way too tired. He didn't condition enough for this fight. So, at this point, Clark had more strikes landed, and yeah, so after this round, Clark landed some good knees to the body, and with just 10 seconds left, he completely rocks Minnifield. He got a really good shot on his chin, but there was 10 seconds left, so the round ended. But in the third round, Clark landed another big shot, another one, and he started to notice how tired Minnifield is. He was just noticeably weak, noticeably tired, noticeably way less power in his hands. In the first round, he had so much power, but in this third round, his power had diminished to a 5-year-old girl. So Clark, he had a small cut at the beginning, which I told you about, but in this third round, it kind of started to swell, but it's fine because Minnifield and Clark were kind of in a clinch war, so it wasn't that swelling was going to affect them that much because they weren't doing a striking battle. They were more of a clinch battle. So with 2 minutes 30 left in the fight, halfway through the third round, it kind of seemed that Clark was winning the fight, and he had a lot more significant strikes at this point, and all the way up to the end of the fight, they were basically holding each other until the end, the final 20 seconds or so. They threw bombs, they threw haymakers. It was insane. They tried to knock each other out, but that didn't happen. So after these 3 rounds, the fight went to the scorecards, where Alonzo Minnifield was handed his first MMA loss, with the scorecards reading 30-27, 29-28, and 29-28 for Devin Clark. Devin Clark is now on a 2-fight win streak, and he's looking to add a number to his name after his next fight. But, we'll see. The third fight was Alex Perez versus Formiga, and At the start, it was basically just Alex Perez starting out with some crisp leg kicks, and he also landed a couple of headshots, which were pretty nice. Alex Perez started to chop at that leg, which it looked a little bit damaged, and they started to trade a couple head strikes, but not enough that would be able to like knock someone out. But in the middle of the round, I would say Perez was looking like the better fighter. He was landing more strikes, and he was still chopping at that leg. And with just a minute 30 left in the round, Perez just stung Formiga and knocked him down with a leg kick. He got up again, but he chopped the leg 2 more times, and he actually finished Formiga. He finished him with a leg kick. Bro, I think we're looking at a new title challenger here. Oh my. Alright, that's all the fights for the early prelims. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and yeah.